when it really comes down to it. Like, are you willing to go to war? You feel me? Even no matter how good you want to be, it's like that you have to be prepared for that, and that's the fucked up part.
I ain't even going into all that, bro. It was just a peace offering. But that's true too, bro.
That's just the fucked up part to me.
The peace offering portion of it.
Because it's like, no matter how strong and good you want to be, you always have to have that prepared to go to war. Like, so it's like, at that point, how do you find the balance in that? Because you would want to just hold on to the good, but it's like, you got to be prepared for that. So you got to bring your mind through that. You got to.
I don't think there never will be that. Because you know what I'm saying? All the niggas who try to find true peace, that's how it always go down. You know, there's always that one motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's
somebody.
All it takes is that 2% to fuck your honey.
They say something to somebody or do something to somebody. You never know.
Right.
You gotta stay ready.
That's the part that it's like, damn.
But then that's the part that you also must accept, that you already would have had to accept anyways when you came into this life, that you must be prepared to exit it at the same time.
Right. At your own way.
But motherfucker, I ain't accept that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I ain't accept that.
But
so I'm gonna leave when I want to.
We don't know. That's the part that we is new in my thoughts. That we don't know, because imagine, you know how they say the small percentage we use, and then I realize how much we, like, as humans, we learn at those ages, like 0 to 5 and shit. And it's like, that's where the brain just fucking blows up. You see what I'm saying? Like, after that, your growth isn't that gradual.
And they don't try to teach it that much from 0 to 5.
Right. It's more so trying to, like, quiet you down and just put you in check, rather than, oh, do this type of shit.
That's why them kids that are fed that energy, that went spilling bees and went all them type of shit, they taught that from a young age.
The focus already was there.
So it's just like, now it's just like, I'm gonna just put my time and energy into this, but it's crazy.
Man, highlighted more is like the fact of unconsciousness, but consciousness that we're not aware of, meaning it might have been a battle for the sperm to release. We don't know what happened in that sperm battle. Like, remember that Family Guy episode where Stewie was fighting the motherfuckers?
Star Wars and shit.
Yeah, like, it could have been that. You know what I'm saying? We made it out. Like, we felt like we won. You know what I'm saying? At that point, but we don't know that, because we are learning a whole new life once we get out. But like, the energy source is always like, but that at that point it means it's in us always.
Yeah, at that point you've been fighting since before you were born. Like, as a sperm, you've been fighting.
Right, and but even beyond that is like that energy of us being sperm, we have it too. Yeah, so it's like the energy is just the energy in us anyway.
You know how many sperms there is?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Out of all them sperms, you came.
Exactly.
You came to fame.
But then it's like just getting out the body itself.
I ain't never think of that.
It's tough.
That's Ford truck.
That's tough. Ford truck, okay. Nah, but not real. So it's like that brings me a little more appreciative of life too, because it's like, you know what? Maybe motherfuckers did the fight to be here.
Yeah, right, exactly.
For a reason, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But then we get so frustrated through that.
Because like you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, I done nutted a lot. You know?
Nah, for real though.
But real question.
Like, so how many times? And my dad, he was on some porno shit too. So like, I really got lucky. For real, he was. I seen him one time on the porn site, him and Dio, bro. That shit was crazy. Yeah, right. Talk about Scar, but hey, what do you know?
Red tube.
But listen to this though, right?
What up?
Who are they to tell us that we can only use 13% of our brain?
Like how they calculated it?
Right. But then it's just like, it has to be somebody that smart or whatever to even come up with that. But like how we just said, you have people that never did these things, like sports analysts and people that talk about shit, that never did these things. So it's just like, we all as humans don't get our brain checked out like that.
Motherfucker, like, I don't gotta use all 13 to know that aliens.
But that's what I'm saying. You could be using more though.
But even that's my discrepancies, like with with even saying the alien thing.
Right, like
it's like it's only because that's what they said. Right. Like, we only even think of aliens because that's what they described aliens to be.
And aliens could have been, well, obviously aliens are some sort of civilization that didn't start off like that. Exactly. Yeah. We can, but the way that our power or whoever controls us, they limit the way that we can, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and, I guess,
do
We got technology and shit.
To me, it's just wild because
My man.
you know how they always, I'm just staying afloat. Think about that. Like, when they be like, you staying afloat, like, in life, like, you staying afloat.
Yeah.
Or you drowning type shit.
You floating on the boat, you doing your thing.
But it's like, I'd look at it this way. You know how they say 75% of the world is water? I feel like 75% of the outside is like, space is water. And then the planets and shit is just that small percentage. Like, we basically, we just always floating regardless what the fuck going on. And the fact that this is magic. At the end of the day, life is magic, bro. It's like, come on. At the end of the day, let's be honest with each other at this point. Like, this is all magical shit. Like, for the universe to allow all of this to exist.
I just want to know, make it make sense how we're supposedly mammals, but then we can't survive underwater.
And can that be trained?
You feel me?
Can that be evolution? Or did we devolve? Like, were we used to be mermaids? Or could be?
You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Like, how did that make sense? We are mammals, right?
Our body's mostly water.
Right.
But I learned the other day, like, sharks can drown if they just stop moving. Because they ventilate with the motion. And the earth never stops moving. Our minds never stop moving when we sleep, still dreaming.
They said if the earth stopped for like 0.1 seconds, this shit would be catastrophe. You know what I mean? Like,
type.
Shit would
But even them saying that is just like, those are the type shit that just fuck my head up, bro. Because it's like, how? Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, these motherfuckers really got rulers for that?
But it kind of makes sense, though. Because it's just like, when you think about how the whole world is with the ice in some places, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if that shit was to melt, or if that shit got too much sun, or not enough type, you know what I'm saying? Like, that global warming shit.
Oh, yeah, that part. No. I don't know about that. Like, with the global warming attached to the ice glaciers and shit, I see that as, that can be, they're just portraying it as a global warming thing, but it might just be nature taking its course type shit. Like, ice melts, period.
But it's like what they tell us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the other shit about the slight movements, okay, I could agree with that. Because if the sun was just, if the sun was just a little closer or a little brighter, bro, all this shit would be different.
Right. Everything would have fire every day. You see how California
like Mars.
Right. That's crazy. And it's just like, even when the moon comes out, like, this shit can get hella cold. But then it don't snow some places, snow some places. I don't know.
It's magical. Like, that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers be like, I don't believe in magic. Bitch, are you stupid? Like, wait. Any motherfucker that say they don't believe in magic is just a pure fool.
And it's the fact that people do magic right in front of our eyes every day.
This world is magical itself.
Like, if they could tell you something that's blue, the sky is blue, and then tell you it's red, and you'll believe it's red. Some people are not strong-minded.
It just gets sticky because it's like, it had to be for me. Like, what is it though? Like, because any past things from our ancestors and past generations and all this stuff that, you know, was trying to be left behind for the growth of humanity, like, it's just a lot to bob and weave through though. Because it's like, we've been fed so much BS. It's like, damn, I want to digest some pure shit. And it's like, sometimes I don't even know if the fruit is you know, pure enough for me. Like, I just don't know how the fuck can you know when all you ever known was some hypocrisy bullshit, and then when you search for the answers on your own, all you do is, you know, portray some shit that is like, okay, yeah, this is the same thing they're doing with that. But it's like, how do I fully know this?
Right, because Adam couldn't know that apple was evil. All the apples look the same. Oh, that was good. This is vintage.
There was multiple apples on the tree?
Had to be.
Huh.
He said,
Either way.
I mean, just grow one apple.
He said,
shit, that's actually a perfect point there.
They said the world before all that bullshit was beautiful. Before that nigga ate the apple, they said that shit was beautiful.
Like, they had to tell them what kind of apple. Like, this is that apple. Like, this apple got a check mark on it.
yeah.
Like, they had to tell them.
No, yeah.
That nigga ate the
It was
apple.
specific.
He knew what he was doing.
Nah, yeah,
But I kind of blame that Well, I don't know, man. That's just right.
That's how you just know women are so powerful. Like women. Really
That part, that's they
Like,
they used it as a manipulation because of that. They used like putting it on Eve as a manipulation because motherfuckers knew how strong. Because think about it, every army has what? One general, one commander, right? Guess what that commander could have been back in the day, way back. It could have been one woman leading 12 men, and you know what I'm saying? As that point, because you see what? Because at the end of the day, all right, let's say us three was the only ones that ever existed, right? And then we all have our roles. We know like on the basketball court, we know what the fuck time it is. And then we see like remember it's only us. And then we see a woman. You know what I'm saying? One, we might fight over her, but two, if she manipulates us into just following her lead, how easy would that be? You see what I'm saying?
And it's like to us, it's something we never seen before.
Right.
So like whatever she says, gotta be it. Like,
because she's different than
right,
us.
Than us. She look like that. She got a vagina. She's different.
Back, too.
You said what?
Throwing that bitch back. Were they fucking up?
Wait. I mean,
Who had the baby?
Oh, remember? I was thinking this the other day. Remember the Cain and Abel shit?
Yeah.
Didn't the good one die?
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, we all just descendants from the bad one, because the good one died.
And low-key to know how bad the devil is, like, God still, like, spared him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, when you really think about it,
That's kind of going back into earlier when we was talking about the peace and the war and all that shit, like how there never be peace. Cause I had that nigga was nicest nigga in the world. He wasn't too bad.
He wasn't too bad. This guy's a fucking.
I mean, I don't know him personally.
Right.
Man, bro, like he can, like, come on. I mean, it was different back then.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. How y'all fuck that up?
but now he has power through music. That's crazy.
Alright, yep. Time to test the slide. Test the slide. If I test the slide.
That's the Tesla ride. Oh shit, hold on, what's going on? That's you, this me, okay.